They can't balance the budget, so they cook the books.
KXAN News found Texas lawmakers withholding money that could be used to upgrade life-saving 911 systems all across the state.
Our political reporter Josh Hinkle looks in depth at this problem and discovered billions of your tax dollars going unspent for a very tricky reason.
When a call
911.
He threatened to commit suicide.
comes in,
Burleson County 911, where's your emergency?
Bonnie Hood has to rely on technology to save lives.
Let me make sure I know where you are.
Burleson County's 911 system still works, but in a few years, it'll be behind the times.
I'm gonna get the fire department in round.
Your money could help pay for the upgrade. Look at your phone bill. The 911 surcharge at the bottom, that's earmarked for the Commission on State Emergency Communications, or CSEC. For about a third of Texas population, the rural areas like Burleson County, that state funding is critical.
It's coming to the point, just like with a car or a computer or any other big piece of technology or equipment, that it's going to get to the end of its life and it's going to become obsolete.
Kelly Merriweather is executive director of CSEC, and she's working to digitally upgrade the entire state. It's called Next Generation 911. You could send texts, pictures, and video to the dispatcher in an emergency.
It's going to be a long transition, and it will be a costly transition.
Maybe $60 million. CSEC has enough in the bank to pay for it nearly 3 times, about $178 million.
So that would do it.
That would do it. That would do it.
Only state lawmakers won't let the agency spend that stockpile.
Nobody wants to talk about the dirty little secret.
Austin Senator Kirk Watson says they're not using it to pay for anything else. They just need it to sit in the bank, unspent, to make the state budget look balanced.
They say, all right, how about if we just put a tax or a fee on you in some way, and we promise you we will use it to pay for that service, something that's popular, like a 911. And then, of course, when they get into the legislative session, they can't balance the budget, so they cook the books.
And this financial trick goes way beyond the 911 money. Try around 200 accounts meant to pay for things like sexual assault programs, breath alcohol testing, and state parks. A decade ago, the total amount of the unspent money across the board was about $1.6 billion. Now, it's estimated to be about $4.2 billion. Last session, Governor Rick Perry directed lawmakers to wean themselves off these budget gimmicks. Watson was able to get 911 in the Austin area the funding it's owed, but says the legislature didn't do as much as it should have statewide.
Texans trust their leadership. Sometimes their leadership is not trustworthy.
911, where's your emergency?
Burleson County already takes 20,000 calls a year, and the number keeps going up.
What's the address of your location?
The longer the state waits to put 911 money where it's intended, the higher the risk in places like this across Texas.
The more upgrades, the better. It just makes things easier for us, and it makes our response time faster.
CSEC says the entire digital upgrade could take 8 years. But some good news, it did get about $12 million last session to begin paving the way for Next Generation 911. But the agency says it is a far cry from what it needs and plans to ask lawmakers for more of its dedicated money next session.